Hello, everybody. Hello, friends, family, colleagues, and mentors. This is my first Facebook Live video, and I've recently been inspired to share my story, share my message, and I've just been thinking about it a lot lately, and I'm ready to do that. And so I want my first live video to be about my message and my why I do what I do, and where it's taking me and where it's going. So I'm really excited to be on right now and just go back, blast from the past story of where it all started, and just kind of go through the journey and just kind of express where I am now and how much I've evolved and why, and where I would want this to go from my heart, for sure. So I want to share my story. People always ask me a lot, like, why physical therapy? How did you get into physical therapy? And how in the world did you start your own practice already and 4.5 years out of school? And how are you self-employed? How are you doing it? How are you doing it? So it all started when I was 16. So I had an injury when I was 16 playing tennis. And during that process, it was a challenge because coming from South Texas, kind of a small town, it was challenging to get immediate care. A lot of people were like, I don't know, what's wrong? Get on crutches for 2 weeks, come back. I was still in pain. And then I was referred to an ortho surgeon. He's like, oh, you have anterior compartment syndrome. And I was like, all right, whatever that means. So then I had MRIs, I had testing done. I was, after 2 weeks on a cast, I was in a leg brace for another 4 weeks. And after that, I was just like, okay, now what? But during my experience with this, there was not much great communication. There was a disconnect with the MDs and not so much a nurturing environment while I was 16. I was just kind of going through the motions and just being told what I needed to do so that I wouldn't get injured again. So noted that that was the environment that I was in while I was injured. So finally, I was referred to a strength coach, a personal trainer, and he was, because I was so passionate about going back to playing tennis. I was so driven and motivated that I was going to get back on that court no matter what it takes. So I started seeing a trainer, and about 2 weeks in, I remember walking on a treadmill, and working on the treadmill, I ended up having a hernia on the bottom of my left lower leg, and I was just like, now what? You know, like, really? So back to the MRI, back to the MDs, trying to figure it out. I ended up having to have surgery several months later. And during that time, did I feel defeated? Yes. Did I want to overcome that obstacle? Yes. Very driven, motivated to get back on the court. And I told my parents, I was like, I still want to play, you know, like I was told I would not be able to get back on the court, that I would not have full range of motion on my leg. And I mean, you name it, I was told. And I was saying, no, like, this is going to happen. So thanks for my parents' support, I was able to get trained by the strength coach 3 times a week. And it took a year, and they've been helped invest in me and helping me get a couple coaches during the summer. So this was all during my junior year of high school. And I trained my butt off because I had a goal. You get your goal and you figure out your why and you just shoot for it. And anything that comes your way, you just keep going. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do anything. Do not allow that to happen. At age 16, I was so certain I was going to get back on that court. So during that summer, right before my high school year, I trained every day. And senior year of high school happened. I tried out for the varsity team again. And I was ranked #1 on the team and was team captain. And just rocked it my senior year. And was so resilient through the whole situation. I had my goal. It's all here. It all starts here in your mindset. And you have a choice. Would you want to see it, or do you want to rise above it? and use that defeat or sense of failure as an opportunity to make a change within yourself, to make a change of how you're feeling about the situation. And I made that choice. And during that time, this injury, I was really well connected to a physiatrist, an MD, and she became my mentor, and that's how she planted the seed of pursuing the profession of physical therapy. And once that seed was planted, that was it. I was ready. I went to Texas A&M University. Earned my bachelor's in exercise physiology, and soon after I graduated, I became certified as a personal trainer. Because of the injury, I had exposure of what strength coaching and personal training, what it was, what it is, exposure to the medical profession and physical therapy. So I was very driven to merge the two professions, bridge the gap between the two, to create a nurturing environment for someone who's been injured, being compassionate, create a space that's healing and rejuvenating for my clients, my patients. So this injury was a blessing in disguise, because if I did not have this injury, I would not be here right now talking about this story. So anyone who's experiencing pain or injury, please, it's a way for you to reconnect with yourself, to reconnect and figure out, reevaluate your situation, listen to your body, and just reconnect with yourself and figure out, what do I need to do to overcome this obstacle and rise above it? Okay, rise above it. Use this as fuel, motivation to just keep you going. And so, I became a certified trainer. I was hired at Equinox in Miami. So I worked there for several years. And during my time, I was applying to physical therapy school. And I was rejected 4 years in a row. 4 years rejected from physical therapy school. All right. So I was like, am I not supposed to be doing PT? What am I supposed to do? What is this assigned for? What does this mean? During my first 2 years of being rejected, was I, again, defeated? The feeling of failure, defeat, uncertainty, doubt? Yes, I experienced all of that. But however, my drive, my determination, being resilient and persistent, it was way more. It was stronger than the feeling of defeat. So every year I kept applying. And while I was at Equinox, I attended in-house education. I got certifications and just started educating myself as much as I could so that I can continue creating that environment for my clients that can help them improve themselves, that I can be of guidance to help them feel better, move better. Very driven to do so. So I just kept going. I just kept going every year till finally one of my close colleagues, close friend of mine, Chris Mills, told me, hey, have you ever heard of this school, University of St. Augustine? They have a San Diego location. I'm like, sweet. And I was like, this is my last straw. Like, this year is my last time applying. So I applied. I sent the application, like, it was due December 15th. I FedExed it 48 hours for it to arrive exactly at December 15th. And long story short, I was accepted February 8th, 2010. Finally got into physical therapy school. Mm-hmm. And mind you, moving into Miami when I worked at Equinox, I didn't know anybody there. I didn't know anybody. I moved on my own. My father helped me with the move, and I was just so driven to pursue what I wanted out of my own life, And then when I got, sorry, I'm charging my phone right now. And then when I got to California, I didn't know anybody in that area either. Where the PT school was located in San Marcos, but what? I just gotta keep going. I have no for too long. Not gonna do well. Accepted. You name it. Did I hear it? Yes. But those no's, I used them to motivate me. I used it to even like, you know what? Like those no's became a yes for me. Be like, all right, you don't think I'm going to make it? Okay. I would turn that into a yes. So, graduated with high honors. I was the shortest one in my class. I even had people tell me, you can't specialize in sports orthopedics. You're too small. You're not strong enough. I mean, you just name it. So I use those no's as motivation, for fuel for me to keep going, and not even to keep going, but to excel and to do well throughout that process, throughout that journey. So it's a message for you. What I want to let you all know is that we are all designed for greatness. We really are. Every single one of us, we are designed for greatness. We are designed to inspire each other, celebrate each other. And if you're feeling challenged to find your own greatness, I highly suggest figuring out what's holding you back and write it down. Just go crazy on your pen and paper. What is holding you back? And when you do see your list of what is holding you back, these are your anchors. It's time to face them and just let it go. It no longer serves you. You got to pack light, you got to figure out what's holding you back and switch those obstacles into ways that would help motivate you, and figure out what your why is in this world. Figure out, what am I designed to do in this world? How can I contribute? How can I give back? And fast forward to now, how can I give back? I have joined this amazing community. It's called Health Made Simple. I joined in July during the summer, right when I went solo as a solo practitioner. And one of the reasons why I was hesitant in going solo is because, oh my gosh, I'm going to be like a major loner. Like I'm going to be by myself working as a PT, and I'll have my patients there, of course. But, the camaraderie and, the social aspect of other healthcare professionals. And, I just was like, all right. So I found out about this community by a great colleague of mine. His name is Griffin Burke, and he's a strength coach. And he was like, you need to come check out this community. Come to a couple events. So I did, and instantly was welcomed with open arms. Health Made Simple is a community that is driven to inspire. Driven. When I say driven to inspire, I really mean it, because you enter this community and you surround yourself with like-minded individuals, you're only going to fly higher. You really are. They really push you to be the best version of yourself in a loving way. They come from love. So the founders of Health Made Simple here in LA County, Jenna and Jake Root, seriously, they are amazing people. And I've been part of this community. I'm considered a pro on the team, and it's been amazing. And they've been a platform for me to help and guide me market myself, network with other healthcare professionals, entrepreneurs, choreographers, massage therapists, strength coaches. I mean, you name the profession, they have been part of this community. It's very family oriented. And recently we had a big conference in Vegas 2 weeks ago, and the setup was run kind of like how Tony Robbins does it. I mean, they break you and build you up, break you in that you had to identify your self-limiting beliefs. You had to figure out what's holding you back, that's not allowing you to grow within your life, within your own personal development, and within your own business. And let me tell you, when I had to sit down and write, what's holding me back, I just kept writing, which I thought, I made it this far. I didn't think I had this much, right? And just tears coming down, but not from sadness, just from releasing all the gunk, that residual gunk that was still there. And of course, it stems from childhood. And this is stuff you have to process and figure out. And you learn to forgive yourself and forgive others. And I'm writing my list, and I figured a common word, and I was not feeling worthy of myself. I wasn't confident. Okay, these are self-limiting beliefs I've had. I didn't even know it. Just like bleh, came out. And then we had to break up into groups and share that. And I was like, what? I'm not sharing this. But I was open and receptive and was surrounded by 3 amazing women that are part of this community as well. And to identify your self-limiting beliefs, express it verbally, and then to get that immediate support and feedback from the people, your colleagues within the community, is something that I will forever remember. And it further contributed to my growth, and it further contributed to my greatness of how I can give back more so to this world. And it was pure amazingness. I am not the same person I was 2 weeks ago. I feel more so evolved, all because I said yes. Saying yes to and feeling motivated, saying yes to the experiences of my life, saying yes and taking the risk of being self-employed as a healthcare professional with a doctorate in physical therapy, saying, people telling me, oh, you're too short, too small, not too strong to be a sports ortho. No, saying yes and being true to myself, that's always been a goal of mine, is to specialize in sports ortho, and merging strength coaches, trainers, merging physical therapy together and work as a team and be collaborative. That is my yes, right? And I said yes to the community. Did I know much about it? No, I just said yes and wanted to join, and I'm so beyond grateful that I did. And because of them, I was had the opportunity to speak on a panel of experts. I was not prepared. It just so happened a PT was supposed to come, and she wasn't able to make it, so then they asked me to do it, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I've never spoken in front of 100 people before. And it all just came natural. Why? Why did it come natural for me to speak in front of 100 people? It's because I understand my why. I understand my greatness. I understand what I'm here to do. And I'm here because my passion is helping people. And that's what it's taken me so long to realize, is that is my true passion, is helping people. And my purpose is to be of guidance, to reconnect with their body through food-based nutrition and movement. It's simple. And an extension of my passion is working as a doctor of physical therapy, which is a profession that allows me to do that. It allows me to act upon my passion. And that's what I encourage you guys to do. Figure out your why, be clear on it, remove your obstacles, and figure out what you would want out of your own life. List your unlimited possibilities that you would like to gain out of your own life, and don't allow anything get in your way, because the main thing that would get in your way is yourself. And now it's time to break through that. This is the time to do that. You have goals, reach for it. There's no one else that's going to hold you back. Just do it. So I really just had to share my message today. I've been dreaming about it. It's been strong, and I just had to share it with you guys. And my goal is to, share stories here and there from here on out. After today, just have random live videos, and guide you on how you can restore, move, and function. That's my slogan. And just be there of guidance and share goodness here live on Facebook. So any questions, if you guys want to share this, do it, share the love, and all of that good stuff. But I just want to thank all of you guys. You know who you are, everybody who has been there providing me with unconditional support, encouragement, motivation, mentoring, because it takes a village. I did not do this on my own. It takes a village. And of course, it always goes back to being grateful for my parents, because if it wasn't for them, I would not be here. Actually, I would not be here right now. So beyond grateful, figure out what your greatness is, connect with it, reconnect with yourself, and let your greatness shine today. Celebrate each other, and inspire each other. So that's all I have to say for today. Happy Monday. Have a great week. Any questions, or if you want to contact me, go right ahead. But thanks for listening, whoever tuned in. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Mwah. Besos. Ciao.